So let's talk about Cersei. Cersei, when I first started the series, it was kind of like she's a battered wife. Then she tried to go do the Game of Thrones run and like try to be the queen of the Game of Thrones. You try to be the king of Game of Thrones. It didn't really work out for her. I think she didn't even like Robert. I don't think she liked Robert Baratheon to begin with. It was more a political marriage than a real marriage, if that makes sense. And also, I think looking at I haven't read the books. I haven't read the books. I've only watched the series. I'm rewatching the series now. I'm seeing like she only had eyes for Jamie in a sexual sense. Like I need to hit this, arc, whatever. And there's like she has Jamie and her his incest thing, and I'm just like, okay, cool. But it's like she didn't love Jamie. Like when she went to that Queen arc, the King arc, whatever, try to go for the Game of Thrones, try to go for the throne. She didn't really love him. She just used him to get her rocks off, and that was the basically the thing. That was basically the thing of the time. That was basically as soon as he became like a good-hearted person, a better person, and she went worse, worse, worse off the deep end. She said, okay, this guy's going to hold me back. This guy's going to be a liability if I want him to kill somebody, or if I want to assassinate somebody, or if I want to go against I forgot the name of the religion they had in Game of Thrones, but that the church against that cult, whatever church. That was a cult. It was against that cult they had in Game of Thrones. But it's like, to me, she tried to do something for herself and ended up failing. Time when her dad was like, I think he knew that she wasn't like throne worthy, or essentially throne worthy, or she wasn't smart enough to handle playing the game, right? She wasn't cerebral enough, whatever. But once she tried to better herself the way she wanted to, it didn't go well for her, and her kids kept dying. I think Marisol, I don't know, Marisol, her daughter was fine. It's in Dorne. I think she's still in Dorne at the end of the series. Um, Faith Militant. Then she tried to get rid of the Faith Militant because what they put her through. Because of the incest thing she did. Um, it's 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 terrible. I don't think it's terrible. I think she wanted something. She wanted to be viable. I guess not viable, but play the Game of Thrones, play the game, get the throne, and get revenge on people who wronged her. Because the only thing people really knew, like, didn't I think they found out, like Faith Militant found out that she was like she had incest with Jamie. Jamie was a man, so he wasn't going to go do the shame walk thing. I think she just wanted revenge. She wanted revenge on her son, and honest to her, like her son was like mentally like her second son wasn't really that not intelligent. He had some issues, some difficulties, right? He had some difficulties, and just died. All his girlfriend, his wife died. His mother died. Faith Militant, he kind of was kind of being used. He was a pawn. That dude, his whole life was a pawn, right? He was just a pawn for his mother. He was a pawn for Faith Militant. It was just pawn. Like he was just a piece for to be used, whatever. And he was just like, you know what? he killed himself. He jumped off the ledge, and I'm like, you know, she, Joffrey was poisoned, and like she couldn't even control Joffrey. She couldn't control Joffrey, so he was out of control anyway. He he was just out of control. The only person I could kind of mitigate any disaster was Tywin. Tywin kind of mitigated everything and tried to move around. He could play the game, but he didn't want the throne. He was just looking out for his family. Like the broken, as broken as it is, that family. Tywin, Tyrion Lannister, not Tywin, but Tyrion Lannister was that guy played the Game of Thrones perfectly to a certain extent, but you know, different. You know, it was just very different. The last two seasons, like the eighth season, was kind of like I think they were phoning it in at the eighth season. They wanted it to be done, but that's a different story. That's a different video for a different day. All right, like, comment, follow. This is. I think I just lost electricity.